This is my British voice. It is how I speak when talking about fancy things. I want to go to the ball. Hello, people of the internet. Here I am sitting at a desk. I am back at BYU-Idaho. Let's see what has happened since I last vlogged. I bought a car, worked a lot on that car. I sold that car because it was a piece of crap. And I bought another car. So that was interesting. That pretty much took up my whole summer, but it was good. I learned a lot of things, and it kept me busy when I had naught else to do. I am up in the attic of the Kirkham building. It's Brigham Young University, Idaho. It's basically the old dance building. It's got an auditorium, it's got some dance rooms with like the mirrors and stuff. This semester I signed up for the second social dance instruction. It's an interesting class. Basically for, people who aren't dance majors and they just want to learn how to not look like an idiot while dancing. They teach you waltz and foxtrot and swing and rumba and cha-cha. You go up on your toes on the waltz instead of just going in a square shape. And they do all these fancy schmancy moves where you like spin around and you stop and you go the other way and you twirl. Yes, dancing. One thing that I was never good at or ever had any interest in doing whatsoever until one fateful day, about 3 semesters ago. So I'm in a choir. It's called From the Heart. Ooh, I've got the t-shirt on right now. A few semesters ago, they decided for fundraising purposes, we would throw a ball. They're like, come to the ball. It will be fun. I really don't know the difference between a dance and a ball, besides one is fancy schmancy and the other is like stand in a circle and jump. So I decided I am going to the ball. Who shall I take to the ball? Side story, I grew up in Arizona. We had these family friends since I was very young, the Hursts. So the Hursts had a daughter. Her name was Erilyn Hurst. When they moved away, I think she was like 3 years old. That was years and years and years and years and years ago. So she came to college here. I saw her at church one day and I'm like, I have heard that name before, but it belonged to a toddler at the time. You're not old enough for college. So I'm like, why not? I'll ask her to the ball. So we went to the ball, and I was not planning on dancing. I had my tuxedo filled with clothespins, and we pinned them on people all the way through the ball. But what I had not expected was that this young lass was rather accomplished at the art of dance. I'm like, okay, I'll dance with you, I suppose. And she had to teach me a crap ton of stuff because when I was a child, I told my mom that boys don't dance. Mommy, dancing is for girls. But after that night, I'm like, perhaps I should learn how to dance. So I'm taking this class. Right now we're doing silver level waltz, which is better than bronze level. There is many boys and there is many girls, and we dance, and they rotate like a mixy mingly thing. So you dance with like all the girls in the class. The point, though, that I am trying to make is it is horrible. I am not an accomplished dancer by any stretch of the imagination. But in this class, it is really hard to dance with these people. And here's why. When you're dancing, you have a nice frame, and you gotta be firm. You gotta have resistance, and push and pull, because when you're trying to lead, because the men lead, that is how it works. If their arms are all floppy, you try and move them this way, and they're just like, meh. And it's horrible. You run into each other, you kick each other's feet, and it is not good. When they have nice frame, and then they can feel with their hands what you are trying to do, it is very enjoyable. It is nice. You glide all over the floor, and you do whatever you want, and it is easy peasy. 80 to 85% of the class, the girls have noodle arms. I was dancing with this girl, and she's pretty attractive, and I smell this smell that is ugh. And I'm like, oh no, have I worn deodorant today? It's kind of hot in here. I'm sweating a little bit. So we're dancing, and then I spin her. When she's facing the opposite way, I'm like, and it was not me. It was her. That would have been embarrassing and horrible, and I would have had to kill myself. Someone left their journal. Shall we read a passage? I cannot read this person's handwriting. It is horrendous.